October is the month when most people finalize their business plans for the next year in real estate. Many agents don't ask the right questions up front to have a thoughtful business plan. So I'm going to give you 5 questions you want to ask yourself next so you can have a great plan locked in by the time the fiscal 2025 new year rolls around. So if you get some value out of this, you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team about how this might impact your plans, you can do that with the link in. And if you want to schedule a call with our team to talk about how we can help you set up a great business plan, you can do that with the link in the comments. Business planning is usually a reflection of what you did or did not achieve the previous year and what you want to get done in the upcoming year. And some general rules of thumb that if you're growing at 10, 15, 20% year over year, that's a pretty incredible year for any business. You're not going to have those breakthroughs where you're seeing 50, 100% growth. Maybe once in a while, sure, don't get me wrong, it happens all the time. 10 to 20% growth is scalable and repeatable. So I'd be thinking about that as you come up with your plan. Many agents, most people, they don't know even what their business looks like this year. So what I'm going to break down is how to thoughtfully analyze your business first so that you're in a position where you're able to go out and come up with a plan that's going to make sense for you based on what you did in 2024. So I'm going to give you 5 questions you want to ask yourself right now. I'd write these down, I'd answer them, and then you can go through the plan. So number 1, what did your business look like last year? How many homes did you sell? How much money did you make? What was your pre-tax income? What lead sources worked for you? How many appointments did you go on? How many conversations did you have? How many offers did you write? If you're noticing a theme here, there's a lot of math involved to plan this out. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't track their business. Most agents don't track their business. It's a big implementation gap in real estate. And if you can't see what your business did last year, you're not going to be in a position to be able to come up with a thoughtful, achievable, smart business plan for 2025. So go back and gather all your numbers. Find the data. You might have to go back in like your emails and your phone logs and your CRM and all these other places, your calendar, to find out how many appointments you went on. You've got to find the right data in order to have a thoughtful plan. That would be step 1. Number 2 is, if you're not tracking, how are you going to be tracking moving forward? A spreadsheet is fine. You don't need some fancy software. Some method of tracking your business activities. Because if you're not tracking it, you're going to be going through the same problem every year. It's like the person who tries to do their tax returns and doesn't have a record of anything, and it takes them way too long to put it together. You want to look at this as, hey, I'm putting this system into my business. Tell me think smarter. And then as the year goes on, in January, you can see where you are. In February, you can see where you are, and then you're able to adjust because you're tracking your business. So what did you do last year? How are you tracking your business? And if you're not, how are you going to start tracking your business so you're not running around without any data and just guessing? That's question number 2. Question number 3, how much money do you want to take home? Real estate agents love to focus on top-line revenue, GCI, gross commission income. Sounds sexy. That's not the real number. I'd be looking at net profits, pre-tax income. What are you actually taking home after expenses? Because that's the number that counts. If you're spending $10,000 to make $12,000, then you only really made $2,000. That's not a great return on investment. So you want to look at how much money you're actually going to take home in terms of income and profits from your business. That would be question number 3. Question number 4, what do you want to change in your business? So is there something that, for whatever reason, you're not happy with, you want to do more of, you want to do less of? What are some changes you want to make? And don't come up with like 15 or 20 of them. 3 is a special number. It's a magic number. And what that number is going to do for you is it's going to allow you to make some adjustments. So what do you want to change in your business? Maybe last year you did 20 buyer sales and sold 5 listings, and you want to increase the listings number and keep the buyer number the same. So that's one change. Maybe you want to do slightly less buyer sales and more listings. Whatever that change is, maybe you want to make sure that you're not working 7 days a week. You're only working 5.5 days a week. Whatever changes you want to make, you've got to write them down and see logistically how they're going to work so you can keep the productivity levels in your business high to make the money that you want. Another common mistake when it comes to business planning is that agents do something that works and then decide, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. And they try something brand new that they're not very good at and they don't get the same results. So you want to understand what kind of changes you want to make and are they realistic? That R is part of a SMART goal, realistic. And the last question here, is your plan visual? Is it written? And is it shared with people? These are 3 basics of business planning, because if you don't have a written plan, then you really don't have a plan. And you want to have it up and visual every single day so you're looking at it all the time, knowing exactly what you need to do. And lastly, are you telling people about it? Because otherwise there's going to be no accountability there. And if you take these 5 questions and actually put the thought into it, then you can start to develop the strategies, the day-to-day, the number of conversations, the number of appointments. You've got to start here. So instead of just writing up some plan and coming up with unrealistic numbers, look to the past as guidance, understand how you're going to track, how much money you want to make, what changes you want to make, and how you're keeping yourself accountable and studying and looking at the plan on a regular basis. This is a great starting point to have a successful business plan in 2025.